Where do I start? I'm trying not to fall apart. I'm fighting myself. I need some help.
Yeah, I had the fairy tale. I had the fairy tale that people dream about. And I just remember thinking, this isn't fair. This isn't fair that our life is so beautiful and so many people are hurting. So I didn't know that cancer was in the cards for us, but I knew we would have our hardship in some way. So I never in that moment thought, this is terminal. I just thought, we will never feel safe again.
I guess after I had gone through all the surgeries and the type of treatments that I had, and I was able to survive it, I'm glad I'm in that 2%, obviously, but it creates something called a survivor's guilt, because there are a lot of people. It's not a survivable type of cancer. Stomach cancer is one of the most brutal type of cancers out there.
So stomach cancer doesn't even break the top 10 in terms of most frequent cancers in the United States. So for example, there are only about 26 or 27,000 cases of stomach cancer each year in the United States, but over 11,000 people each year will die from stomach cancer. If you look at somebody who's diagnosed with stomach cancer 5 years after their diagnosis, there's only about a 30% chance that they'll still be alive. This is one of the reasons why stomach cancer research is so important. As a rare cancer and as a cancer that is so deadly, it's important for us to study it, but we can only do that with adequate funding and enough people that are interested in studying it.
I'm Kathy Matisse, and I was diagnosed 2 years ago with stage 4 stomach cancer. Cancer is not a good thing, but it's brought some very good things into my life. Gratitude, I can't express how much gratitude I have. My husband, I am so fortunate that he's able to do research. He understands the research.
I immediately started to try to reach out to resources, and one of the first resources that I found was No Stomach for Cancer. No Stomach for Cancer has been a wonderful organization to work with. I originally contacted Jonathan Florin through the website literally while Kathy was still in the hospital. We got a call back right away with resources available. Was put in contact through symposia with some of the top medical professionals, and Jonathan Florin, in fact, informed me that I need to check out NIH because National Institutes of Health have some of the leading cutting-edge technologies and treatments available.
Just being at NIH, I felt so positive and so full of hope, and I still feel so full of hope. And 80% of my cancer was treated, so I'm doing very well.
Do you want to start, Dad?
You go first.
I'm here because of you.
I'm Dennis Riley, and I have the CTNNA1 mutation, and I had a total gastrectomy to avoid hereditary diffuse gastric cancer. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, and it was my second youngest brother who was diagnosed and died of cancer. And then when my youngest brother was diagnosed, my gastroenterologist recommended that I get some genetic testing, and we figured out it was the CTNNA1 mutation. And of course, Denise and I had already had 4 children. They each had a 50% chance of inheriting that mutation from me. So it was a roll of the dice. Kylan was one of the ones who ended up with the mutation.
I'm Kylan Riley Knapp. I'm Dennis's daughter, and I also had a total gastrectomy after finding out that I had the signet cells that indicated I had cancer.
No stomachs here.
We can show you our scars.
We just have to chew really, really well because our stomach can't break down the food. And you know, we eat more often. I'm more of a grazer. Although I can eat bigger meals now. My first meal after my surgery, when I was still in the hospital, was a half a scrambled egg, and I was full.
Life without a stomach for the first year and a half after surgery was really challenging. After that, as my dad said, totally fine. One of my motivations here is to raise awareness and hope for the next generation that those affected by CDH1 and hereditary diffuse gastric cancer won't have to go through such a drastic procedure as having a total gastrectomy if they are CDH1 positive.
My name is Suzanne Millay. I'm a major in the United States Marine Corps, and I'm a 2-year cancer survivor. I was going to work, stopped at Starbucks, grabbed a cup of coffee, and started experiencing very severe heartburn. And as the day progressed, it became worse and worse until I felt like I needed to go to the emergency room. So I asked the doctor, I said, can I insist on an endoscope? And he said, we can do it, but you know, my 26 years, you know, I'm guessing we'll never find anything, we won't find anything wrong. And so it's scary because you don't feel like there's a lot of people who've gone through that experience that you're going through in the United States, and you're wondering if the doctors know what they're doing, and it kind of feels a little lonely right now just trying to figure out information.
So it sounds like there needs to be more education, more knowledge.
Absolutely, absolutely more education, more knowledge, more ways for survivors to connect and for caretakers to connect too. I think my husband was very lost, and honestly, he really didn't get much support. It was, and he didn't want to look at the internet because he was afraid of what I was finding. And survival rates are like really low. And so it put a new fear in me that, you know, could this come back? And how, you know, what am I gonna feel if it does come back? And so I'm still don't feel out of the woods.
I hear so often people say, so-and-so lost their battle with cancer. And I hate that because yes, cancer took my husband's life, but in no way did my husband lose. He never lost his fight or his integrity or his determination. Cancer never once changed the man that he was. And so I hate that we let it have that narrative because our people are more than that. He was so much more than that.
Where do I start? I'm trying not to fall apart. I'm fighting myself. I need some help. It's okay not to be okay, 'cause what you're feeling, I can see it. It's a feeling that'll go away. I know it gets hard sometimes, but hold on, don't let go. You know, life I know can be hard, and it might seem much easier in the dark, but there's a better way.